Hi guys! So I made a video the other day about the police lying about the gun amnesty here in Sweden on Instagram. And what I did was I sent an email to all the newspaper with all the information I can figure out with pictures and links and everything for a complete article. And what I expected to happen, if I was lucky, was someone making a small article like pointing and laughing at the police. Haha, they made a mistake. Look how silly they look. Something even better happened. Well, what happened first was one of the tabloids in Sweden contacted me and actually phoned me up asking about this and telling me they might run a story about it, etc. So I was kind of happy. Well, at least they're showing interest in the police lying about the statistics, and when it's so obvious. So I told them that either they're truly incompetent and cannot see the difference between a toy made out of zinc with a rubber bolt stamped with model gun, or they're actually intentionally lying to make it seem as they actually can do, as they're actually doing some kind of work that's but what ended up happening was a guy called Per Gudmundsson. Let's see what his title is. He's the political chief. What's it called when you're the boss of a newspaper? Redaktör in Swedish. Chief editor, I guess. Political chief editor of the Swedish newspaper Svenska Dagbladet. In Sweden we have basically two really major newspapers that's not tabloids. We have Dagens Nyheter and then we have Svenska Dagbladet. And Svenska Dagbladet is the kind of slightly more right-leaning one. In American terms, they're probably more Democrat than the Democrats, because no one is really right-leaning in Sweden. But anyway, he made an editorial about this with pictures and everything, as you can see. And I'll try to translate this. It's not that long. I'll try to translate this to English, because Google Translate will probably not make a good work out of it. But I'll put the link down in the description anyway. So, citation. Yet another illegal firearm is gone from the streets. End quote. That's what the police in Stockholm is writing when they're trying to sell the gun amnesty that started the 1st of February and will continue until May. Quote, this firearm was turned into the police station in Botkyrka, end quote, continues the police, not without a great sense of pride. But the object on the picture is not an illegal firearm, it's a toy. It clearly says manufactured in Menorca, Spain, by the company Denix, who manufactures model guns. The logo of the company is also visible. The model has been able to be purchased at partykungen.se. It's a site that sells like masquerade things, cosplaying things and stuff like that, for X amount of Swedish kronor. It is marketed as an accessory of masquerades. The gun amnesty is a political favorite. This has happened the summer of 1993, the spring of 2007 and the spring of 2013. The Interior Minister of Justice, Morgan Johansson, Social Democrat, really likes them. The government wants on his initiative even have an amnesty for hand grenades and similar things would start this autumn. And I have to comment this because I spoke to one of the people responsible for this in Stockholm, one of the police chiefs who's not retarded, and he told me that the police has zero capacity to accept any kind of explosives. But he also told me that he didn't expect any criminals to turn in their hand grenades, as we're plagued by in Sweden. But I did tell him that hand grenades are not the issue. Some old lady will find an old stick of dynamite in the attic and come with it to the police station, and it's gonna be like 70 years old, and it's gonna be sweating nitroglycerin, and it's gonna go off with her like stumbling on the steps to the police station. And he agreed, and he has he has had drills of drilling emergency evacuations from the police station just because of that scenario. So anyway, the editorial continues. The problem is that it's primarily law-abiding citizens turning in objects. Guns that's been used in crimes are rare. Not to say they're not ever showing up. During the amnesty in 2013, about 15,000 objects were turned in. Less than 60 of them was sent to the National Forensic Center for deeper analysis, and none of them could be tied to criminal activity. So basically they turned in 15,000 objects of pure shit. Didn't solve one single crime and didn't get one illegal firearm off the streets. So the article continues, the police are more than happy to play the political game. It's important even for the chiefs of different state agencies to appear as proactive. But it is crime fighting, it's pretend crime fighting, it's accessories for masquerades is the end point. Yeah, so it's security theater basically. And that's the main problem with this. As I said earlier, two things happened here, or could have happened here. Either they're totally incompetent, and I know they're totally incompetent, or they're lying on purpose. I actually believe it's both. They're incompetent and they're lying, because this is such an obvious fake if you hold it in your hands, because the bolt is made out of rubber, so anyone not ever familiar with firearms would know that this is a copy. Also, it says it's so on the side of it. So yeah, so that happened, and I'm gonna close the video with that. Have a nice day, everyone.